Hey, you really know your Fortnite.
Oh. Hey, how you doing there, Ron? Yeah.
What are you playing here?
You caught me in the active. I'm playing some of this new Bob Ross Tycoon game made within Fortnite Creative. And yeah, it's pretty addicting.
Now, you know me. Have casual conversations holding a microphone. But this is my friend Jeremy. Oh, I think we're live on the podcast, Jeremy. Jeremy Rogers, you want to...
Oh, hey. Well, hey, guys. Yeah.
Why don't you join me and we'll talk. We're here at the Comic-Con.
Sure thing.
Let's talk about what's going on here at the Bob Ross booth at the Comic-Con. Welcome, friends. Welcome, friends. Have a seat.
Thank you for having me.
Tell the folks out there and on the stream, who are you, sir?
My name is Jeremy Rogers. I'm a certified Bob Ross instructor in Atlanta, Georgia, and also a big Fortnite player. So this is big for me.
Now we're here as usual to spread the joy of painting and the joy of podcasting simultaneously. Did you know this is our first ever podcast live stream? First time we've ever gone live.
I actually had no idea about that. That's awesome for y'all.
Did that make you nervous? Does it raise the stakes, so to speak?
No, not at all.
You're comfortable in that regards? You're not just a certified Bob Ross instructor. We're going to watch you paint a beautiful landscape along with some other guests, which we're going to bring on to the live podcast event. But you know a heck of a lot about this new Fortnite creative game. Yeah. So whether you're a newbie to the platform or you're a veteran of what is, I know I have a 12-year-old nephew who is crazy about this stuff.
Yeah.
Tell everybody what goes on in this game.
So this is a tycoon mode that is going to be kind of you start with nothing, and over time you're going to find ways to make money and generate more money. And so just you try to create some of Bob Ross's paintings, and the more you can collect, kind of the more income you can get. So it's kind of a battle between you and your friends, or if you like to play alone and just see who can beat the game the most times, who can collect the most money, basically who's the best at being Bob Ross, within Fortnite.
We are premiering it for the first time. Anybody who comes here and plays the game with us or on their own, they can play against each other. They're really pioneers. They're experiencing this game for the first time. Yes. IRL.
Yeah, no, that's
an IRL.
Fun. Like an IRL. You know what that means? Oh.
I keep doing this, and I don't have to. I'm just gonna stay here.
Yeah. So in real life, these people are finally experiencing this, and we've known about this for a while. So we got to play test it a few times, but finally to the general public, it gets released, and I can say I've had a lot of fun with it. And throughout today's events, there's been so many people coming up, having a great time with it, and so that's awesome to see. Bob's finally reaching the new generations. Fortnite is our way to do it, and it's awesome. I love it, and I'm not even a new generation necessarily. So it's just awesome to see that someone finally put Bob Ross, in this Fortnite creative land. And I know I'm going to have some fun with it when I go home.
Now, I think the cool element of this is I get to come here, do the thing, put on the wig, and I've done it at TwitchCon. We did it on Comic-Con, the cruise.
Yeah.
People they love Bob. They know that I'm not Bob, but just the fact that I'm kind of cosplaying Bob at a place like Comic-Con. But, at the same time, I've also learned that the appeal of Bob Ross is not just the cosplay, but it's what you do. You're a certified Bob Ross instructor. Yeah. We've had people walking past this booth since we got here, and people are just as fascinated about what you do on that canvas as they are with this and with that. And what is, you've been doing this now for more than a couple of years. You're a young man. You know what this world is all about. What attracted you to this world, the world of painting?
I think I needed an outlet when I was first searching for something, and Bob Ross came in my life, and I couldn't have been more grateful because he made it seem so easy on TV. I tried it myself. I wasn't too successful with my first attempts, but it gave me something to continue and want to be good at. And once you clear that gap of like, oh, I'm not getting what I want, and you finally start getting the techniques down, it really is just, so freeing to be able to do whatever you want and make your own worlds, If I'm having a bad mood that day, maybe I'm painting a cold sky or something, but if I'm feeling good, maybe it's a hot summer sunset or something,
Absolutely. I've done it a couple of times. I've seen you work your magic, and I'm excited because we're going to have some other guests here on the live podcast. You're going to be at your little painting station. We got the Jeremy Cam going on, so part of the incentivizing, if we'd like to call it that, of having some of our Comic-Con experts and our trade partners here is that they're going to get to be part of this collaborative Bob Ross painting that you're going to do. So why don't you head to your station? You know where, that's kind of your place.
Been there all week.
You know your place there. We're going to bring in some. This is our first Comic-Con, so we want to hear from people who've done this before. This is a huge trade show, huge, nerd brands are here. And as a fan of a lot of those, I'm excited to hear about, what makes this such a packed, kind of like a calendar marking event for people here in San Diego year after year. So. Yeah. We'll talk later. We're going to do another episode about this, but this is the live version of it. It's pretty exciting that we're going to get to talk to people in this forum, in the Bob Ross booth. So why don't we usher you? You're out of here.
Sorry. Thank you, man.
You've done your job. Peter Norton. Peter, how are you?
I'm doing well. How are you?
Let me say, I really like that hat. I'm a Honeymooners fan from Brooklyn, New York. Your name is Peter Norton. And it's not the traditional pork pie Ed Norton hat, but the reason we're excited to talk to you and meet you for the first time is this is a trade show. It's a nerd con. There's a lot of panels, but people line up. There's crazy lines around for these collectible items, these exclusive items that are all related to pop culture. So as a publisher for Thunder Bay, you've been part of these cons. I assume this is not the only con.
We've been coming as shoppers, observers, and just trying to get the trends for the past 7-8 years. That's how long I've been coming. We've had a booth here for the past 3 years where we're actually selling our content as well. We've published 11 Bob Ross titles since 2019. And our stuff is focused on activity-based items. So it's all fun, and it's in the spirit of Bob Ross, where it's stuff you could do yourself, and it ranges from paint with water, which is kind of a watercolor and based ink on the pages, which is nostalgic, brings you back, to embroidery. So, you can embroider some of the gorgeous Bob Ross paintings. Everybody still loves Bob Ross. Our product sells extraordinarily well. And we're still innovating new ideas in the spirit of Bob.
Now, the publishing world just isn't books, but it's mostly books, traditionally speaking. Someone gave me this pin, a friend, reading is metal. Why is reading metal?
Well, because that's how you learn, and that's how you can, in today's culture, society, everything's so social media based, and it's immediate, everything's immediate. But when you are reading, you're actually unplugging yourself, and you're alone with your own thoughts, or with a writer, you're sharing something interesting. And it's not dissimilar to watching an episode of Bob Ross do a painting where you're transfixed because he's making this art look so simple to do, but he's also so calming and relaxing, so you're doing it, you're enjoying the whole experience. And I think reading is the same thing. Our books, whether it's coloring or embroidery, it's along the line. We do word search with Bob Ross too, where it's coloring on one page, some Bob Ross quotes are in there as well, and then it's word search. So it's really just kind of the activity-based items that we're doing. Like I said, I think what we're trying to do is have people unplug from social media just for a little bit, embroider this beautiful Bob Ross painting in this hoop, or color this awesome Bob Ross painting on our color by number book. And that's kind of activity-based stuff where it's family friendly, so people of all ages can do it. And it's just basically back to basics, making something yourself. And today we're juggling so many things, multitasking. It's nice. That's another thing that I loved about Bob Ross growing up, was you actually see something from start to finish, and to be able to do that, and then when you're done with it, be impressed by it. It's a satisfactory. It's just something that's really wonderful, and we're trying to do that through the book medium, and it's really fun.
And certainly crossover appeal considering the products that you make. Embroidery, you mentioned, watercolors. There's the creative bent to that. But Comic-Con is also it's all about fandom. What are you a fan of?
I'm a huge fan of basically all the main licenses that are out there. We license with, I love Star Wars. I remember going on my birthday in 1977 to the first film and waiting online for it, and just the thrill when, the opening credits, kind of the music and the starburst, it was just amazing. So, yeah, I understand the fandom that comes with it. In seeing all the old what's unique about Comic-Con, it is a consumer-first trade show. So there are a lot of trade shows out there where it's really industry folks, where it's not so much open to the public. Maybe on the last day they open it to the public. But this is consumerism happening here in collectible elements. So you could come here and dig through catalogs and reams of actual comic books still and find the one that you want. So it's really cool in that regard too. I'm a collector of a lot of different things, and to be able to come here and find collectibles, everything from Funko to comic books to stuff that we're publishing. We have a booth here, and at our booth, we have mystery bags where we have crochet pieces that have been made and there's characters in it, and you don't know what you're getting other than here's a Nightmare Before Christmas one, here's a Star Wars one, here's a Disney one, and you're going to buy it, and you're going to either have a stitch one, a hoop with embroidery, or you're going to get a crochet figurine, which is already made and fantastic. So, yeah.
Peter Norton, have you ever painted like Bob Ross?
I cannot say my art talent goes as far as the game Hangman, where it's basically stick figures.
And you're the perfect candidate to do what we're going to ask you to do now. You're going to hang on the Jeremy cam as this is part of your incentive. Like game shows have parting gifts. Your parting gift is you're going to be part of our collaborative Bob Ross podcast, Fortnite, Comic-Con painting. And thanks for joining us here on our first ever live podcast.
Thanks for having me. It's fantastic.
What is the name of your comic book shop, sir?
It's called All Yeah Comics, and we have 3 locations, one in Harrison, New York, one in Skokie, Illinois, and one in Muncie, Indiana.
Are you aware of the Muncie, Indiana Bob Ross connection?
I am not. Please tell me.
Bob Ross, you're not?
No.
Wow.
But I'm about to be informed, I believe.
Yeah, well, finally I can spout some wisdom. It took about 60-something episodes, but Bob Ross famously had a residence in Muncie, Indiana, because he filmed The Joy of Painting at Minnetrista Gardens in Muncie, Indiana. First in a little house, which is now the Bob Ross Experience, which is an interactive museum where anyone can go and get their Bob Ross on. And then on the campus of Ball State University, which is also in Muncie, Indiana. So you have a store in Muncie, Indiana?
Yes. It's run by our fabulous Christina Blanche, who is also co-owner there, or owner there, and we're co-owners of the other store. But yeah, we have there, and I've been there a couple times, and it's a nice place to visit.
I assume this is not your first rodeo, sir.
Here, no, not the first rodeo. I've been coming for 25 years without missing one. So I've been here for 25 years in a row.
All right, so how has it evolved since Comic-Con 1.0?
It has evolved in the amount of people, the amount of scope, the amount of size, and the amount of movie stars that happen to just walk by you at any given moment. This year's been kind of light, but there was one year where I had Henry Cavill, Ben Affleck, Jason Momoa, Gal Gadot all like walk in front of me, like this far away. You could touch them, but they kind of discourage you from doing that.
So that's to be expected, that I will rub elbows with some people that I might be fans of here.
If luck and fate are on your side, yes.
I mean, obviously it is. I mean, consider I got you, I got Franco.
Yeah. So your luck is running strong right now.
Franco the artist, Franco the Bob Ross fan?
Always a Bob Ross fan. Yeah, I would, in college, I would fall asleep to his shows on PBS or whatever.
Who hasn't?
Yeah, because he was just calming and soothing. So they were kind of cool to fall asleep to. But being an artist, I would always tune into him.
Now, what kind of art do you make?
Usually cartoony, but I was also a high school art teacher for 24 years. So I just recently retired from that, and I do comics full time, even though I was doing comics full time throughout that whole time. I have a lot of different styles, so I do kind of like a pop art kind of thing, Picasso type of style stuff.
Franco the art teacher, what does Franco the art teacher think of Bob Ross? It's not about mountains, it's not about happy little trees. I mean, it is about those things, but the legacy of encouragement, positivity, anyone can paint. How does that resonate with you as a guy who is involved in all sorts of artistic mediums?
Absolutely, anyone can paint, and the way he would show you how to do it in layers, starting from furthest away to closest to you, that whole perspective thing is what I would teach painting. So I would teach kind of like a Bob Ross style, where this is what you set up as your foundation, this is what you build upon as you come forward. So we would always do landscapes, especially in my beginning art class. So Bob Ross was a big influence.
Have you ever done oil painting?
I have. Truth be told, my least favorite of the paints, I'm more of an acrylic guy, but
There's no shame in that game.
yeah, but I just like the bright colors with acrylics and dries a lot faster. But I have done oil painting many years ago.
Well, you're about to do it right now, Franco. Part of the incentivizing and part of the contract you signed before you came to sit in this chair is that you have to now join Jeremy on the Jeremy Cam and be part of our collaborative Bob Ross Comic-Con, Fortnite Creative, Joy of Bob Ross Happy Little Podcast, collaborative painting, where we are down to paint a happy little tree, or really Jeremy's just we don't even know what you're going to paint right now, but does it matter?
Yeah, I want it on record. I didn't sign anything pre-hand.
All right, yeah, okay.
But yeah, I'm up for it.
Is there anything that you would be looking forward to painting in this 5 to 10 minute span?
Maybe a happy little tree or a happy cloud. Something.
You heard him, Jeremy. Let's see what we made. Thank you so much, Franco, for joining us.
Pleasure, man.
And tell us about your comic book shop.
Oh yeah, Comics in Harrison, Illinois, Skokie, Illinois, Harrison, New York, and Muncie, Indiana. Sorry, I'm getting them all confused now.
Muncie, Indiana, home of the Bob Ross experience. And now you know.
I know all the.
So you ever in Muncie?
Yeah.
So you got to come to the Bob Ross experience, guy. What are you doing?
Yeah. Well, I haven't been in a few years, but now I know, and I'm coming.
All right. I mean, no pressure, as Bob would say.
No, none at all.
But go, like, they have the paintings. You can take a workshop. Awesome. Yeah, I mean, again, I get paid either way.
Yeah, I'm going.
All right, man. Franco, thank you so much, man.
But remember, the top of that tree is super tiny.
Okay.
So don't use that whole brush. Try to use just kind of the corners.
So the way I used to teach my students was V's and Z's.
Yeah, Z's.
Z's and Z's.
Always offsetting the limbs. Yes.
Like this.
Oh, that's beautiful. And to the best of your ability, the flatter you hold that brush, yeah, the more even the. That's good though. You got that technique down.
Thanks. I used to do this for a living.
Yeah.
Running out of paint, but yeah.
I got you. Let me reload you.
Cool.
Remember, the bottom of that tree gets really
wide, yeah.
really big, yeah.
Yeah, man.
But good stuff.
How long have you been doing this?
6 or 7 years now. Yeah.
Wow.
And I'm only 9 years old, so. You know.
Yeah, you're tall for your age. It's missing some up here, but we'll get there.
Keep reloading. I'm gonna hold this for you. Remember, fill that tree in.
Yeah. It is some perfectly efficient Bob Ross sanctioned painting.
It's definitely giving that vibe, isn't it?
Yeah, man. Yeah.
That looks good. That's a good shape.
Yeah, man.
All right. You want to keep going, or
I'm good.
you're good? Okay, good. I appreciate it.
Appreciate it, man. Thanks, everybody. Bye, guys. That's great. Thanks, man. Appreciate it.
Thank you, man. Take care.
Wow. How did he do, Jeremy?
I didn't touch it once, and this is all him. Look at that.
Hopefully we're looking at it, but this is the magic. We are live. This is not on tape. The Joy of Bob Ross, a happy little podcast. We're live from Comic-Con in San Diego. We're at booth 820, and I feel like there are 4-digit booths. There are, right?
There are many 4-digit booths.
And you've been around to them. We've seen you. You're working the floor here.
Yes, I definitely am working the floor.
And who are you?
I'm Pamela Harris, and I am the Vice President of Licensing at Firefly Brand Management. We are the licensing agent for the Bob Ross brand.
Now, what do you think of this?
I think I'm sitting with Bob. He's been reincarnated right here in front of me.
I could never take such credit. I am merely a conduit of joy. We didn't know that we were going to see you here, but we knew that we were going to run into some Bob Ross licensees. This is what this is all about: pop culture, consumerism, collectibles, fandom, and people love Bob and want. And you are the purveyor of all of them?
Merch. Well, it takes a village, and I work with Cynthia Motters, the Vice President of Licensing, and we call on different manufacturers that make different types of licensed products, and we tell them about Bob Ross, and they decide whether or not they would like to add it to their repertoire. Most of them do, and the rest is history. So for basically the past 7 years, we have brought Bob Ross to the consumer in everything from t-shirts, puzzles, toasters, waffle makers, standees, talking keychains, trading cards, magazines, mints, energy drinks, and many other.
I mean, you know them all.
I do, but sometimes it's hard to recite them all because there's almost 100 licensees. And we have just had the best time working on this property. And when we first started, a lot of people didn't understand what we were trying to sell them. And we'd say, you know, the guy that paints the happy little trees and he has the big hair. And they're like, oh, yeah. And then it just became a pop culture phenomenon because of memes. Memes really set it off on the internet.
Thank you, memes.
Yes. I didn't even know what a meme was when people were saying that it was from, you know, the memes made it so popular. I thought I made it so popular with Cynthia, you know, because we work really hard on it. So I like to say Bob Ross is my Star Wars, because in the licensing industry, you don't get certain products unless you have a Star Wars. And Bob Ross has a toaster and a waffle maker and a slow cooker and a panini maker. And you don't get that with just any license. We don't ever want to put Bob in a bad light. We always want to do things that are sweet and nice and thoughtful and kind, because that's what Bob was all about. And so we have, you know, just wonderful different licensed products. The bobbleheads or the Funko Pops, you know, became a huge collectible, and people that are fans want to have everything that's Bob Ross. So, you know, there's never anything that they don't want that we'll make, that we'll sell. Everybody's been extremely successful. The puzzles do fantastic. We're coming out with our second round of Bob Ross trading cards from Topps. Yes. And they did a collaboration with Major League Baseball. And so the first batch did so well, they decided to come out with another round. And so the trading cards have a background that's a painting that's familiar to the fans of Bob Ross, and then in the center is the baseball player, and it's called The Joy of Baseball.
And I've seen some of these cards. This is like Shohei Ohtani. These are some of the premier players in baseball who've consented to use their likeness in a traditional baseball card format from Topps. I'm a Gen Xer. That was, you know, still to this day the premier trading card brand, and not just baseball cards, but, you know, I grew up with Kiss cards, and there were probably Star Wars Topps trading cards back in the day, I'm going to guess.
In the Joy of Baseball, they even have a Bob Ross chase card, you know, that you have to collect to get.
You are one of the hardest working women in this place. You've been on your feet. You're not just here for us, but we're glad that we ran into you and had you here on our inaugural podcast live stream. And now you need to do your duty and spread some paint on that canvas with Jeremy Rogers.
Thank you so much for having me.
It's our pleasure. Thanks for joining us.
Tap some grass, good choice, good choice. I'm gonna load you up and I'll kind of show you what I would do tap-wise. All right, aim for the top of that hill that's there. And you can adjust, if you wanna tap hard or tap light, see which one works better. Good job, here. No, that's a high five worthy moment. Good job, Pamela.
Art Baltazar?
Baltazar, yeah.
Is that your real name?
Yeah, it is. It's my whole family's name. They got the same last name.
Now you are an artist. Is this Kismet?
What's that? Kismet?
Kismet. Your name is Art, so you need to make art.
Is that like a Kardashian thing?
Like a destiny. Kismet Kardashian, yes. Are you familiar with her?
Yeah, no, I don't like her. But if my name was, I always say if my name was Jim, I'd probably be a gym coach, But my name's Art. My dad's name's Art. He draws too. So, yeah, man, it's cool. I get to draw comics. I've been drawing comics forever since I'm like 4 years old. And 5th grade, I started creating my own characters. So I still do it. It feels like the same day since 5th grade.
Now, we love Bob Ross for many reasons, but one of the things that I think is super cool about him as a podcast host, who's a writer and a musician, is make up little stories. That's his big thing. When he makes a mountain, when he makes a tree, he knows, as he calls it, the lay of the land. That's a technical term, but it's also, I feel like, him saying, I know what's going on this canvas before I even lay my paintbrush on it. Does the same apply to the art that you make?
Yeah, I see a canvas and I could pull out the characters and just draw it. Like, I see it. I don't know how it happens, but I fill up a sketchbook when I'm sitting on an airplane, or if I'm sitting in a waiting room or on my deck outside. I write stories outside my sketchbook, and all this stuff comes alive. I just love drawing, man. I brought some comics. Like, I draw. You might know this one, The Cat in the Hat. I draw that one. I'm one of the new Dr. Seuss's, because I'm more like, I'm not the real Dr. Seuss, but I'm the one you get with your insurance, like the HMO Dr. Seuss. But this is my new book, Yogs. The Yogs and Krenobi Tales. I've been drawing this. This is a character I had since the 90s. When I was in college, I was 18 when I created this. Now I'm old. I'm like 78 years old. No, I'm like 50.
You look good.
Yeah, thanks, man. So this is like stuff I do, and like I draw all the time. I don't want to spoil because this is brand new. This is the
Spoil.
No, this is the conclusion. I can't spoil.
Talk to me about. I'm a big Dr. Seuss guy. So how does a book like that get made? You gotta.
Weird, man. I got an email from Dr. Seuss people, from the good doctor himself, and he says, "Hey, man, you want to take over for a while? I need a break." And I'm like, "Sure." And then they asked me, Dr. Seuss asked me to send in character drawings, and they said, "But don't draw them like Dr. Seuss." He said, "Hey, man, don't draw like me," because he talks like Sammy Davis Jr. "Hey, man, don't draw like me, man." He said, "Draw your own style."
That's his real name, is Sammy Davis Jr.
That's him. Yeah, that's what the Seuss stands for. Sammy Oos. Yeah, and so he told me to draw my own way, and I asked him, "Do I have to rhyme?" He said, "No." So then they said, "Draw comics the way you make comics." So I auditioned, and I drew all the characters, and then they asked me, which one do I want? And I said, I identify with the cat because he's a troublemaker. I'm a troublemaker. I wreck the house all the time. So I was able to draw this, and the book 2 comes out September, so I did at least 2 books. But it looks cool, man. On the inside, it looks like my art and my stories. And so far, I don't like to look at reviews because people will say, that's not my Seuss, but the response has been good. And it's fun, man. I go walk in the stores and I see this book on the shelf, and it's kind of cool. Like me.
Right, seeing your own like seeing your painting hanging in a gallery, it's some sort of validation, right?
It's so much fun, man. And like I see my comics at comic book shops, but when I walk in a Target and Walmart and I see this, it's freaky. And that's when mainstream, like your aunts and uncles will buy it, and like your friends will buy your comic and order it, but the aunts and uncles always want to know, I want the one that's on the New York Times bestseller list. I said, why don't you buy the other ones? So that one's already sold. But this is what this one, it's cool, man. It's a good time.
So now the illustrations are what they are. Have you ever dabbled in the painting world? Have you oil painted?
Yeah, I paint all the time. I do acrylic painting. I buy canvases or I paint on wood. I like to go to the hardware store or the Home Depots and buy that scrap wood. You buy that square wood for like $6 or $3, and I'll gesso the hell out of it. I mean, the heck out of it for you kids watching. I'll gesso the heck out of it, and then I'll splash all my acrylic. And it's just like this, but like I love acrylic paint. If you look at a lot of my clothes, I got my cool clothes on now, but if you look at a lot of my clothes, there's paint all over. There's paint all over my floor. And look, I think, yeah, I got something. This back of this comic book, that's my floor in my art studio. All that paint. That's what my floor looks like. And it looks like if I wasn't an artist, it would look like a crime scene back down there. But and I love painting. When I'm traditionally taught, like I used to draw on easels. Well, I still do, but I was trained to draw on easels and paint standing up, so that's how I paint. And I get a good workout. You know, I exercise. That's probably why I have skinny arms and legs, because I'm always moving. And it's kind of like playing jazz, like how Darth Maul swings his lightsaber. That's like boom, 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 boom. And like Obi-Wan would go real slow in the original movie. Well, I paint more like how Darth Maul throws down.
The Star Wars references are strong with this one.
I'm strong with the Force. The Force is with him and his hair and everything, man. It's cool.
Tell me why Bob Ross makes sense to be in the heart of the madness here. Collectibles, art, community. What is it about this dude that we're still talking about him? We're still representing him 30 years later, even though he can't represent himself. Why is he as vital to a lot of people in here as Fantastic Four, Dr. Seuss, Peanuts, Star Wars?
Well, when you watch a Bob Ross special, you know he's the master. He's going to do some awesome oil paintings. And watching him is just so cool because he's so cool. He talks slow, he talks calm. He talks about happy little trees, and he's got a pet squirrel too, and the squirrel run around. I would do live painting shows in my art studio, and people would always say I'm the Bob Ross of cartoon. They'd always make that, just like Bob Ross. So for you to watch somebody painting on TV, everyone references Bob Ross. He's become an icon, a celebrity. Some like people cosplay as him. You know, they sell toys. I saw action figures last year. So he's part of everything. And my daughter, who's a teenager in high school, she had friends who were Bob Ross fans. And they wanted everything Bob Ross. They had Bob Ross plushies, and she wanted to paint because of him. So he's iconic, man. It's part of American culture. It's like Superman and Mickey Mouse, Coca-Cola, and Bob Ross.
That's pretty much the big four. That's the Mount Rushmore of pop culture, I would think. Yeah. Well, on that note, I mean, you took the words out of my mouth. Art Baltazar, you are a colorful character, and we love having colorful characters on our podcast. You are an artist yourself. You are a businessman, right? All the things that Bob Ross was, you are a Bob Ross surrogate, and we can think of no better way than to close out this podcast episode, our first ever live from Comic-Con podcast episode, with you going on the Jeremy Cam and painting like Bob Ross for our collaborative, what are we calling it?
Jam piece? Is it a jam piece?
Our Bob Ross jam piece. Thank you, Art.
You're well. I don't really paint like Bob Ross, but what if
you're the perfect
rogue? I'm gonna go rogue on there.
I am not in charge of what happens on that cam, so you do you.
Come on, man. I'm gonna go with whatever color
Your name is Art. Just remember that. Just live up to your name.
Let's do it, man.
Art Baltazar.
Live on YouTube. Let's go. All right, you ready?
Thank you, Art. Bump it, baby.
Boom.
Boom. Blowing it up Bob Ross style.
I want you to do the big brave tree, all right?
The big brave
Either
tree?
on the right side or on the left side, but start at the top and just drag a big tree trunk
let's
going
go.
all the way down.
The big tree trunk.
Which side do you want it on? Right or left? Middle even if you wanted?
I'm gonna go across, and this branch is gonna go like that.
Well, go for it.
Yeah,
I'm here as your palette.
I'm gonna mess this whole thing up right now.
Oh, that's not messing up. That's fun. And remember, I'm your palette whenever you need more brown.
Look at this. Breaking the sphere.
Ooh.
I'm breaking it, man.
Ooh.
No one even knew I was doing this. I didn't even know I was gonna do this today.
Good work. I'm loving the shape you got going, though.
Thanks, brother.
Yeah, and so how long have you been doing the Comic-Con for?
I've been coming here since 1994.
Sheesh.
Yeah.
That is a long time, man.
Yeah, man, I was like 20-something years old.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been cool. And yeah, it's been good, man. This tree looks like it's dying.
Load up more paint. Load up more paint and fill it in.
All right,
It's a ghost tree right
It's
now.
a ghost tree, and I'm gonna do like Bob does. I'm gonna do I'm gonna add some foliage to it.
Okay. Yeah.
Do I need? Yeah, I'll use the same thing. Are these oils? I never painted with.
These are oils. Yeah. These are kind of Bob's thick paint oils.
I know he does this kind of stuff.
The tap taps.
Yeah, he does that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's cool.
You know what it's giving right now? It's giving me a mossy
Is it?
kind of look,
Yeah,
right?
We got foliage because this tree is dead, but it's still growing things on it.
Yeah.
There's like algae and things growing because the sun shines this way.
Yep.
So it plants, but it casts a shadow. The shadow's off in the distance. But I'm gonna add some foliage. Watch.
I love
There's
this
little
though.
Things that are coming in from here.
Yep.
Bob would be proud right now.
Kind of like a clump of leaves, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Does that look pretty good?
I'm loving it.
It's getting a little out. It's getting a little crazy.
Hey, remember, you're the anchor. You're the finisher.
There's happy
It's done
little
when you're
mistakes.
done.
Thank you.
Good work. Good work. Thank
Right
you,
on,
sir.
bro. Cool, man. Was that good?
Oh,
We'll do
give me that. Give me that,
Blow it up. Blow it up.
Mr. Art.
Blow it up.
We have done it. We have done bring it in. First of all,
Yeah.
I don't need to do this. You got it. What do you
I got a
think?
mic.
What do you think?
I think that it turned out beautiful. I think as the anchor, he did exactly what he needed to do and finish
It's
this.
there. I should bring it this way. That's good.
You know what? I like the idea of ghost tree.
It's like a galactus tree. See, it's behind that mountain, so it's bigger than you think.
One thing I've learned is that you can
Put it on
come
the board.
you can come
Yes.
back tomorrow and
Really?
might have a different opinion of what you made, and because it's oil paint, you have the ability to
It'll still be wet.
exactly. So you can make a change if you want to come back tomorrow and make a change. We're here for it.
I'll bring my Sharpies and my crayons. We'll tear it up.
The Joy of Bob Ross, a happy little podcast. We met Art, we met Peter, we met Pamela, and of course, Jeremy Rogers. Thank you so much. We're going to be here for the rest of the weekend, so if you see this in the wild on your streaming platforms, come to booth 820 here at the San Diego Convention Center. We will be here playing Bob Ross Fortnite Creative, and we will be painting along with Jeremy Rogers. We'll be meeting more fantastic Bob Ross fans, of course, and then look forward to a posthumous video episode here from the con. We're going to be touring the area. We're going to visit Art at his booth. We're going to see all the things. Hopefully there'll be some stuff to buy still if Joe Joy hasn't bought them all before us. My name is Ron Scalzo, inviting you to join us for the next episode. It will not be live. Jeremy Joy, Joe Joy, Art Baltazar, James Joy behind the camera. Thanks so much for joining us here on the live stream, and we will see you next time. Good game, my friends. Happy streaming, happy shopping, happy conning, and of course, God bless everyone, and God bless Bob Ross. Cheers. Support your local public television station and say thanks for giving us Bob Ross and the joy of painting. We want to see your paintings. Use hashtag #PaintLikeBobRoss. Bob Ross certified instructors are the only ones that know how to teach you Bob's world-famous painting method. So don't settle for second best. Find a local CRI at bobross.com and then click Take a Class. Got your own Bob Ross story to tell? Leave us a message at 866-FANBRUSH or email us at podcast@bobross.com. And you can follow us on Facebook at The Joy of Painting with Bob Ross. I'm Ron Scalzo. The Joy of Bob Ross is written and produced by me, Ron Scalzo, in partnership with Bob Ross, Inc. Bob Ross name and images, they're registered trademarks of Bob Ross, Inc.